All right, guys, here's the watch list for Friday, November 13th. You can see I'm showing you the SPY real quick. Gap down to the 200-day today, and it looks like it had a fairly ugly day. I got my daily goal in the first hour, and I was done for the day. Had some errands to run, told everybody in the chat room, be careful the rest of the day. But to me, again, that opening hour is everything, and just the most profitable time to trade. If you can get good at trading the opening hour, I highly suggest doing so and walking away the rest of the day. There's no reason to whittle away at your morning gain. So that's where I put 95% of my focus, that opening hour. If I get my morning goal, I quit trading. It's just that simple. And that's the best adjustment I've made in my trading, in my whole trading career. That adjustment right there made most of the difference for me. Okay, so the SPY, it's almost looks like it's in a free fall here. I've got some lines from old support and resistance and that sort of thing. But so when you had two pretty good down days in a row, I don't really see. I mean, you had this where it bounced off of, back here around 208, 208, 208, and so now it's gotten there pretty quickly in a couple of sessions from. I'm sorry, not 208. Let me try that again. 204. 204, 204. It's gotten there pretty quickly from 208 in 2 days. So I half expect a bounce in that area. And most of my watch list is loaded with potential bounce plays. But let's just start at the top here. STRP, this is actually a potential bounce play. Really, really decimated. It's got a lot of trading that transpired. Now you have to go pretty far back for this, but this is a lot of trading that transpired right around the $10 area. And about, let me zoom in a little bit here, about 3 weeks ago this was $50 and now it's down to 10. So this is great potential for a nice trade. I'm a day trader. I look for quick moves. Showing you 15-minute candles here. You had a really nice pop here, and now it's down to that $10 support. So you might get another. This was just a little mini short squeeze, and so I'm going to keep STRP on a chart, looking for another one of those. All right, I don't just randomly trade anything. It's got to give me the right intraday setup and so on. All right, so okay, let's go to the next one. CERN. No trades in this one today, but finally down to those August lows. So that one's super interesting to me too, for a potential bounce. Men's Warehouse, MW. It kind of looks like it's free falling here, but just about a week ago this was $40. It's been cut in half in a week. Another one that had a nice intraday pop. Heck, you can hardly see it now. It was this candle here. I'll have to zoom, get that gap out of there. And it had massive volume. Let's see, that's a 15-minute candle. In 15 minutes, this thing traded 350,000 shares on this day. So again, you've got a scenario where shorts, it wasn't a huge move or anything. It went from 21.87 to 22.24. But again, you've got some shorts that are pretty willing to cover if news comes out. And now it's even a couple more down days since then. I don't love this one, but I'm going to keep MW on a chart and see if sometimes you have these things on a chart and then you get news, and it's primed for a possible little mini short squeeze. So anyway, Green Mountain Coffee. I did have a trade in this one today. 3 days down. I kind of think the market just brought this down. Let's go to 5-minute candles. I called this today. It looked like this. I told everybody, hey, if this gets up to 46, we could get a pop. Let's watch it anywhere near 46. And then when it moved up, I called it at 46. And we got a pretty quick move to 46.76 over 15 minutes. So if you're a day trader, you understand how much money can be made just on that, being ready and pouncing on it. And it really held up fairly well, and then till the market kind of end of day, so it came back down. But that doesn't make me like it less for a potential bounce play tomorrow. And again, we go back to the SPY. This brought pretty much everything down at the end of the day. So I like GMCR. Again, for a potential bounce play tomorrow. Did pretty well in it today. Skyworks, SWKS, had this on Bounce Watch. 4 sessions ago, this was almost $87, and now it's down to 75. You can see it bounced pretty nicely as it got through 75 down here, went to 74.50. Here it hit 74.01. So this can flush below 75, maybe an early morning sell-off. I'll be looking for a reversal. Let me just steal this line and move it down here. I'll be looking for a reversal down here below 75 for a pushback up through it. Again, only with a proper intraday setup. And I always make sure that I'm not fighting the overall market as well. Sealed Air, SEE. You can see I got a lot of old lines on some of these charts. Sealed air. The low back in April. I mean, whenever you get something that's kind of free falling, I look to the left and see what the most recent low was. The low back in April, 43.43. So again, if we get below this line tomorrow, I will look for a reversal for a trade, as long as, again, the market's not free falling. It's not that often that I have most of my stocks just on bounce watch, but that's what the market is setting up for right now. Okay, RAX, RAX, nice gap up on over 10 million shares the other day. Went to 32 bucks, and then yesterday put in a lower high, and then today actually even rallied in a weak market. But I think the market brought this one down too. So what I want to see is a fairly narrow range tomorrow for an hour or two, and then maybe an upside break. So I don't love this one, but a lot of times after you get a big high volume move, couple down days, you can get another move again. So having it on a chart sometimes is all it requires, right, to be ready to trade it if and when you get it set up. Okay, TERP. Reminds me of a little bit of SEDG that we had on watch for today. In other words, it's a relatively new issue, a little over a year that it's been trading, and we're just now hitting all-time lows. A pretty good sell-off here over the last few days from 1936 down to a low today of 1268. That's a big move. A lot of times when you take out a recent low, after coming pretty far to get there, you can get a really nice snapback reversal. So again, this is a good candidate for a bounce. One of my favorites if the market shows some strength. And speaking of SEDG, I want to have this back on watch. Remember, I was looking for a bounce play in this one. I missed the easy trade in this one, but I still made a few hundred in it on a secondary trade today, SEDG. And we closed above our open in a pretty weak tape, looking for follow through on the bounce on this one tomorrow. That's all I have on my list. We will work together in the chat room as we always do in the pre-market and try to spot some nice gap play opportunities, as well as watch what we have on this list here. And I'm done rambling. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.